My name is Nakota DiFonzo. I'm a level T4 student here at TUSA. I chose coming to TUSA because I'd heard so many great things about Taiwan. I'd heard about the life here, the food culture, and many aspects of living in Taiwan that are very unique. And it really inspired me to choose this program in particular, not only to see the people up close, but to really experience an intensive Chinese language program that might not be able to be provided in the U.S. For me, one of the most striking aspects about being in Taiwan thus far is probably when I was in Taipei, which at the time of filming this was only a few days ago. Walking up the steps of the Chiang Kai-shek Museum, you really feel this immensity, you feel this presence. And being inside both the Sun Yat-sen and the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial, you really see Taiwan beyond just a surface level. You see its deeper roots in history. You see artifacts dating back several generations. You see so much of the culture that exists, not only in the museum, but you really see how that connects to the real world. Walking to the CLC every day, there's a gate, it's called Xiaoximen, and it really, there's something almost inspiring about seeing how history not only lives in a museum, but it's a part of people's everyday life here, which is something that I've never experienced in my life before, and that's probably the most striking aspect of being here. When I came to Taiwan first, I was extraordinarily nervous. I was on the plane and we're descending through the clouds, and finally I see Taiwan. We see all these farms, all these fields, and soon that green gives way to buildings. We were getting close to the airport, and then my heart started to race. I thought, what am I doing? Like, did I make a mistake? I'm halfway across the world. But when I finally landed, I really got my initial taste of what it was like to be in Taiwan. I was in the customs part of the airport, and I had no idea what to do. I was a little bit lost, and someone just out of nowhere came up to help me, and he spoke English. He helped me a little bit with my Chinese, and he helped me get my bags. He helped me get to the MRT to get to the Gautier, and I really felt a friendly presence, a warm presence, and just a all-around welcoming atmosphere as my first impression in Taiwan. My first impression, as I said before, is it's an extremely warm and friendly place to be. And I think being here has only, over these 2 months, has only solidified my view of Taiwan. If anything, my views have changed only in that I've gotten to see a much more personal side of being in Taiwan. I've gotten to see a closer side of Taiwan, being able to make such great friends and establishing close connections with people who not only want to be your mentors and help you with the life and help you navigate the language, but also want to get to know you as a person. The lectures here have been extraordinarily helpful. I go into class every day at 10 a.m. on the dot, and our teacher begins, and she'll read off vocabulary, she'll guide us through grammar, she helps us with any questions that we have. I've felt my Chinese improve in extraordinary measures through the passionate work of the teachers that work here. Not only are they available for us before and after class, but they have office hours, and I can only say that my Chinese level has gone up immensely since working here as a result of being with these professors. The one-on-one language partner has probably been the most interesting and unique aspect of the TUSA program, because not only are you really working with a mentor, I really get the impression that you're working with a friend. My language partner, for instance, Ben, he has been extraordinarily helpful, not only with helping guide me through aspects of Taiwan that I've never experienced before, helping me with culture shock, and not only that, just making time to sit down and have a meal. We've gone to so many interesting and unique restaurants that I completely enjoy experiencing flavors that I've never had before and having great conversation, both in Chinese and English, with someone that I hope to make a long-term connection with. Probably the most memorable experience that I've had with my language partner thus far is we went to this xiaolongbao shop up in Taipei, and he said to me, Nakota, this is one of the most famous restaurants in Taipei. And he's like, you know why that is? And he said, this is because Tom Cruise ate here. And I just thought that was such a funny story. So we sit down and we have this great meal. I can see why he ate there. And that was such a fun moment being there in Taipei. And it was really an unforgettable experience with my language partner in Taipei. What was the other part of that question? The second part. My daily life in Taiwan, I've slowly gotten used to it, almost to the point where this is just a normal part of my life. And the thought of going back to the U.S. is, it seems like such a distant thought. I guess it's what they call reverse culture shock. It's been great. I've acclimated to the weather. I've really gotten to know a lot of great people here. Occasionally, I'll rent a bike. They have a lot of these rent bike stations around here. And sometimes, you just take the time to get on a bike, ride around Taiwan, and really experience culture outside of the university. And so it's been a great experience in my daily life. Probably the best cultural class that we've taken so far, in my opinion, was when we had the painting. Yeah, you guessed correctly. And this was such a fascinating aspect of art here in Taiwan, which is something that we don't really have in the U.S., working with ink, working with monochrome paintings. And we met a painter who had nearly, I think about 50 years of experience working in painting. And it was such an incredible experience to get to learn from him and to then create our own art. When I go back to the U.S., the one phrase, the one sentence I'll use to describe TUSA, to introduce it to my friends, is an unforgettable experience, because that's exactly what it is.